we are going to discuss the next provision of Civil Procedure Code, which is the we can say the most important provision of the CPC, and it is Section 11. Section 11 in CPC is dealing with doctrine of res judicata. When we talk about doctrine of res judicata, we have to remember certain things. Ki what is res judicata? So we will start. Res judicata, it is given as a doctrine under Section 11 of CPC, and it means at first we can discuss the general provision कि if there are two parties and there is a litigation finally decided between them for the same title by the competent court and final decision is given by the court, the party, okay, the plaintiff cannot file another suit on the same ground against the same party for the same claim for the same relief. Okay, so where one case is finally concluded by the court, the party cannot file a new suit on the same ground. Okay, so here the most important thing, the case is finally decided by the competent court. If case is not finally decided by the court, then and the case is pending, then we have to apply Section 10. Why such provision is given here and what are the conditions and the important cases, case laws, we will discuss further. At first, what is a question which we are going to discuss, and the question is, what do you understand by principles of res judicata? Okay, discuss the essential condition of the doctrine of res judicata, also discuss the provisions relating to constructive res judicata. We can say there are three Latin maxims on the principle is completely based upon. And the first legal maxim is nemo debet lis vexae pro idem causa. It means no man to be vexed twice for the same cause. One person cannot be vexed on the same cause. This is the first maxim on which Section 11 is based upon. Second, interest republica ut sit finis litium. It is in the interest of the state. It is always in the interest of the state that there should be end of litigation, because it consumes most of human power, human efficiency, the court resources, everything. Because of these litigation, there is already burden over our judiciary. Okay, and the third legal maxim is re judicata pro veritati occupier. A judicial decision should be accepted as correct. If person is allowed to file a suit against the same party on the same cause of action, on the same ground, on the same subject matter, on the same relief, where one decision is given by the competent court, in that situation there must be multiplicity of the decision on the same ground. Okay, and it will create a confusion in the society in the same matter. Okay, and there is not a possibility that there is end of litigation between the same party. They can file again and again for their relief for their claims. So these are the three maxims which govern the doctrine of res judicata. Okay, now what is res judicata? What is the object behind the res judicata? The first object behind to prevent injustice to the parties of a case. Okay, the case must be concluded by the court. Second, unnecessary is to prevent the unnecessary waste of court resources and prevent multiplicity of the judgments. So these are the three basic reasons: the prevent of injustice, prevent of court resources, okay, and the unnecessary waste of court resources, and the prevent multiplicity of the judgment. And there must be prevention from the recovery of damages from the defendant twice for the same injury. Okay, it is also related to the claim preclusion or issue preclusion. It means if some claim is asked by the person and it is decided by the court, we cannot file another suit. And when one person file a suit in the court, it is a duty of the court, after getting the pleadings, court has to frame issues on each and every matter. Okay, and there must be judgment over each and every issue framed by the judge, and on the basis of the issues again, if we are filing a suit again and again, then it is a duty of the court to frame issues again and again and taking the evidences. And it is impossible to end that litigation between the same parties. Okay, so these are the three maxims. Now what are the conditions? What are the conditions of res judicata? The conditions of res judicata, the similar parties, the same parties, or they are claiming under the same title. It means there may be the legal heir of the same party. Same cause of action, same subject matter, same relief is claimed between the same parties. Both the courts are having jurisdiction, or the case is filed in the same court again. And finally, and the most important thing, the previous case is finally decided by the court. Okay, this is called, these are the conditions for the res judicata given under section 11. Okay, so then the second case shall not be tried by the court. Again, I would like to say that there is no bar to institute the further suit after the decision, but court shall not try. You can institute a suit, but court shall not try that case. And what is the reason behind that? There should be end of litigation. One man cannot be vexed twice for the same reason, and a judicial decision must be accepted as correct. So these are the reasons कि court shall not try. There is a bar on trial. There is not a bar on institution of that suit. Again, there is a doctrine, constructive res judicata. When we talk about constructive res judicata, it is given under section 11, explanation number 4. It is dealing with constructive res judicata. It is talking about if we are having various claims in a particular case. Okay, suppose there is a civil wrong. Okay, I injured, and I am having because of the A's activity I am injured. I am B and I am injured because of the A's activity. Okay, and there is a damage to my hand, there is a damage to my left leg. Okay, in that case I can, and there is a damage to my scooter. So there are three relief asked by me. I asked for the damages. I claimed damages from A because of A's activity I suffered a loss to my one hand, one leg, and my scooter. First suit I filed against B for the recovery of the damages for my hand. Okay. Second, I can file a suit for the damages for my leg. Third, I can file a suit for the damages caused to my scooter. In case of constructive res judicata, I have to ask all these claims in one suit. I cannot file. I will be stopped by the court. Okay. You cannot file. I can file, but court shall not try. I have to ask each and every relief in one suit, not in different suits. Okay, so in case of constructive res judicata, one person has to ask all the claims in one plaint, not in different plaint. If in different plaint, in first case I am asking for the relief for my loss of my hand. In second case, there is a injury to my leg, I asked for the relief. And in third case, I am asking for the relief for my scooter. Okay, no, it is not possible. I have to ask everything in one suit. So section 11 is talking about res judicata. Now there are few important cases. You can search on Google or the various AIR. MT Munni Bibi versus Lokinath, Satya Dhyan versus Devarajan Devi, State of Maharashtra versus National Construction Company, Sushila versus Kati Krishnan. So these are the four, we can say, the important judgment on section 11, and you can find much more decisions in the various books. Okay, so in our next class we will discuss the another point. This is all about section 11. Thank you.